Now this one I'm doing outside. The heavy winds are starting from a storm that they said's going to hit, and heavy winds already, so it may make a sound on this video. But anyway, I was in crossing from Kenya into Uganda in 2009. We'd taken a bus. You get off the bus and you go through the exit in Malaba, Kenya, to Uganda. And the man stamped my passport with an exit visa, Malaba. And I did not have a yellow fever vaccination, which I was not told I needed one, which someone should have said something to me. I didn't have a clue. So when the police at the border saw that I didn't have a yellow fever vaccination, they about went into what we call a conniption fit. They got real upset. And big, tall Kenyan police, and they started talking Swahili, which is a native language. And I don't know what they said to my friend, but I knew it wasn't good because they were talking angry. And they basically told him he was an idiot, that he should have known I needed that shot because he was with me. And they said, obviously, I was a preacher or a missionary or something, being a white man. Not too many white people over there at the time. So at this point, they get into an argument. And my friend told him that I knew the number, probably one of the top Central Intelligence Division, CID police, which they're in street clothes, but he was a heavy-duty cop. His name was Mr. Mugo, and he was good friends with the guy that actually took over the prisons, who's dead now, Isaiah Asugo, and who actually was one time the top policeman in Nairobi. So they were both cops, and the man told me that my friend told the policeman there, when we were crossing the border, or trying to cross the border, that I knew Mr. Mugo, and they got real angry then. I told my friend, don't you ever mention I knew anybody like that. You're just making people angry. So they got to arguing back and forth and rebuking my friend. And we don't know what's going on. They'd already stamped my visa as an exit visa. So the question remains, how do I get, the winds are coming now, how do I get the yellow fever vaccination? So at that point, we're leaving. We walk over. I'll never forget, I heard water running like a river, water flowing. And that was a sign to me that Uganda is one of the most fertile places in the world, that you could just throw a seed out and something will grow. You don't even have to plant it. And anyway, went over there trying to find where you get an entry visa into Uganda. And these guys tried to charge me money to take a leak, to go to what they call a short call, go pee. And I said, I ain't paying for nothing. And we kept walking, and finally, I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. I don't have no vaccination thing, and I know they're going to ask for it. So I went over to the building, and I'm shaking in my shoes and praying like I don't know what. And I said, Lord, put me through the right person to give me the entrance visa. And bottom line, you just pay a certain fee and they stamp it. Well, I don't have the vaccination card for yellow fever. And this woman motions to me to come over there, and she says, well, where are you going? And I was so nervous. I said, I'm going to Rukunjiri. And she goes, oh my, she said, that's where I'm from. So I thought, wow, she was so friendly. I thought, well, God's made a miracle here. And she stamped my visa, took my money, and that was my entrance visa. So now I got to find, we get on a bus to go into, we end up going to Kampala, and I got my yellow fever vaccination card there. And Anyway, boy, these winds are really picking up. So anyway, I that was a miracle because actually I was stuck. If any of you have ever heard about being in no man's land, uh, the prophet William Branham spoke about it, and it's on the internet if you search it. Being in no man's land, I was actually not in Kenya anymore because they had stamped my visa exit, and I had no entry into Uganda. So really, I was in a land where I had no country at all that I could call my own or even visiting. So God made a miracle there for me, and I ended up getting a vaccination thing. So that's another testimony. We just give God the praise, honor, and glory for all these things, for we have no glory. He confers His glory. He allows us to be part of it, but He says, I will share it with no man.